Happy to have you along. We are joined, as always, by Greg Engert, beer director for the Neighborhood Restaurant Group, a James Beard Award nominee. The group includes Red Apron, 3 locations, Union Market, down in Merrifield next to B-Side, also in Penn Quarter, where you will find the Partisan as well. Greg, it is always good to see you.
You too.
And this is a unique beer of the week. For the first time in nearly 4 years, we have a guest. Welcome. And Greg will tell you who he is.
Yes, this is my friend Sebastian Sauer. He is the German genius behind Freigeist, which is a cool brewing concern that we love to serve the beers from here in the U.S. at all of our places. And I think Sebastian is known for, even though he's so young, he actually is quite a beer historian for German beer. So a lot of his beers incorporate some cool flavors and nuance and history that we don't typically see. And so hopefully he can tell us a little bit about Abraxas with apples today.
Sure.
Okay.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so the Abraxas was actually my first beer I did in 2009. So it's a very interesting style because it's called Lichtenhainer, which is a beer style from the east of Germany in Thuringia. And it's a sour smoked wheat beer, and I read about it in old historical books. And I thought it was really interesting because I like the sour taste, I like smoked taste, and the combination of both just sounded awesome. So that's the first beer I did. So it became very popular, also very popular in the US. And so I made 2 fruited versions of it, one with apple and one with pear. We have the apple in front. So as I said, it contains smoked malt quite a bit. It's beechwood smoked malt, which is typical for the area of Bamberg, and which is still used nowadays in some local breweries. And this version is like with the sourness, it's like a lactic sourness through a sour mash, which works in a very nice way. It's very settled, very balanced, and the apple is actually giving a little bit of green apples to the taste. And so I hope you guys enjoy it.
Oh, thank you. And
thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
You can smell it from the table. Mm.
Works really well.
Yeah,
in
together.
Pairings, but you probably know
Great.
better.
Yeah, great balance. Neither
Totally.
the smoke nor the apple they complement each other really well.
I think, and that's the cool thing with this too, is like in America, so often today when there's fruit in beers, people want it to be just fruit. Like they'll be like, this is, it needs to be a huge apple. But as somebody who's drank probably too much of the base beer, Abraxas on its own, I can say that this is delicate with the fruit. It's still Abraxas. That's the cool thing, is it's still the base beer through and through. And the apple is just a nice touch, I think.
It's all about the balance, and it's like for me, it's a sour smoked wheat beer with apples. So the apple is like the third priority. It's really sour, and smoke should be first and second place.
Did it take a long time to find the right balance you were looking for between the flavors?
No, not that much, because you have like when you have a feeling for a beer, when like, okay, this is actually what you want to do. You just need a little bit to support, it's not that difficult to do.
What would you back home pair this with, food-wise?
I think
sausage.
And sauerkraut for sure. I mean,
That's all you eat, right?
Every day, breakfast.
Lunch, dinner. Yeah.
No, actually, I think it works really well with a lot of fish, seafood. Poultry also works in a good way. We're just having like lightly smoked fish, for example, and just supports that as well. And actually, it's really nice also in a big, heavy menu. We're just like having like a lemon sorbet, in between, and you're just like cleaning your complete palate again, and you just can start all over again with some more delicate and more lightly tasted stuff.
And for more, foods that maybe you would have a harder time finding in Germany, foods here, what would you think?
I mean, to me, this is like, everybody's talking about pumpkin ales and things like that, but this to me tastes like autumn. You know what I mean? Like it'd be great with Thanksgiving dinner too. To what Sebastian was saying, start off with the lighter salads and things like that, and then moving into rich stuffings and turkeys, and then cleansing the palate before dessert would be excellent. Butternut squash soup would be really, really good with this. It has a meaty quality, so we can kind of bring that to it. I can see this just with like a side of Brussels sprouts would be fantastic. Pork tenderloin, but then simply you could have like a turkey and Havarti sandwich, or like a grilled ham and cheese. I think would be fantastic as well.
I've been to Munich a couple times and down south into Bavarian up on the Zugspitze. Where for people, and there's so much more of Germany I need to see. I'm looking forward to that. For people who might be heading over and might be, where are you located if people would like to come by?
It's in the west of Germany. It's close to Cologne.
Okay.
But it's like the craft beer scene in Germany is still rather slow. I mean, not even talking about the US, but like still compared to European standards.
Sure. Okay.
And so it's still not so many places around which sell it and which have it somewhere available, you know, like, so it would be more difficult to find it in Germany than it is in New York, for example. You know,
Yeah, that's a weird thing.
fascinating.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous to how it sounds, but that's just the situation.
They'll catch on eventually. But I would say Cologne is a place that you should go.
Yes.
Just
Oh,
for
that
Very
is
nice city, yeah.
long
close
list.
to Belgium
Yeah,
too.
Yeah.
You know.
Sebastian, that was
Certain
fun.
Opportunities about Belgium.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks so much for being here and taking some time.
Yeah,
and
it's great.
real quick before we go, there's a reason you're here. You guys are making.
Oh
beer
yeah,
together.
yeah. So we did a great event last night at Church Key, and then we're brewing a beer at Blue Jacket right now, which is, well, I was going to say it's not German inspired, but it is. It's kind of a hybrid of a Belgian French farmhouse ale and German lager.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you as always. Everyone, please always do drink responsibly and be sure to bring your thirst next time for another beer of the week.